Very good, very good. I hope everyone's ready for the last time that we're ever playing Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, because we're finishing it today. Pretty sure, right? I mean, we have to. In fact, since I don't work tonight, even if there is miraculously a chapter 6, a case 6, we'll just do all of it. We're doing it. So, how many times have we heard this line by now? Because the deal is that this guy has admitted to what? I've forgotten exactly what it is that he admitted to. But he said, look, he said the smuggling and everything happened on, in the embassy, so whatever, you can't prosecute me. It'll happen in my own country where I control the police and everything. 24 hours, I don't think it's going to take that long to finish the game. Even if there was another case, these cases aren't 24 hours long. It's nonsense. So he was like, yeah, blah, blah, smuggling, whatever. Even if I say I did it, what are you going to do? You can't arrest me. I'm flying back to my home country now. And they're like, oh, you don't count as an ambassador anymore, so you don't have diplomatic immunity. And he's like, well, still, I didn't kill that guy. And what's the deal? We had just... We ended by proving that the body could have been transported from the Alabastian side over to the Babal side by an accomplice who went into the pool of water while it was drained to fight the fire, and then they floated back up. Umineko is so freaking long. It's obnoxiously long. And yeah, it actually is like... It is like 24 hours for a single episode, chapter, whatever you call it, of Umineko. I'm not that much farther in it. I'm in the second episode or second chapter at the part where they're at the house again, right? I think. Yeah, they're at the house, but things are different because Maria has Halloween candies this side. That's the butterfly effect that's going to change everything somehow. It's like as if there's anything else for me to testify about. How are we going to get a full part 4 out of this? Or is it going to be just like one thing and then some cutscenes? I'd like to hear about your movements before the murder occurred. What you did here at the Theater Neutralis, he pretended that he saw the spear attack, and it didn't really happen. We've been waiting on that one for a long time. All I did was watch the Steel Samurai stage show. 8 to 10, that's crazy fat. Although, like, I'm watching it in a YouTube video where they're giving you plenty of time, they're letting the voices talk whenever it's voiced, and whenever it's read, they, go at the normal, like, auto-click pace. So, if it was just, like, a book, like, if it was just the text, then I could read through it in just a couple hours. But it wouldn't be the same. You gotta have those pictures. You gotta have those voices. Gotta hear, ooh, for the 10 millionth time. Can we just say, if Maria was my daughter, I would be in jail. I would not have... I could not have dealt with that for 9 years. Ooh! The only way for me to place this man under is to pinpoint the exact location of where the murder took place, because if it was in the embassy, then it doesn't count. Oh my gosh, we're right into the banger music. Like, immediately. We just loaded the game. Don't banger on us right away. Alright. I watched from the last row. The stage was well lit, but it was dark out in the audience. I swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that, I suppose. I do remember the contents of the show very well. Those moving scenes were seared into this old man's heart. I'll never forget how the samurai sushi splash was definitely done and wasn't just something that I saw during rehearsal. I have a great... I conveniently have a great fondness for the Steel Samurai. If I just said, yeah, it was a good show, whatever, then I would get away with literal murder. Rosa did nothing wrong, Camp. Is there a Rosa did something wrong, Camp? Really? No, I know. I mean, like all kidding aside, don't beat your kids. But actually, it is. So, like, in Japan, is she like? I realize we're immediately getting off into a tangent. Like it's because the banger music stopped. If it was still playing, I wouldn't be able to talk about this. But like, I guess in Japan, is there less of a stigma about hitting kids? Because I feel like there probably is. Like you totally can't in America. You can't like even like a spank on the butt in public. You normally wouldn't do that without getting a lot of people like, whoa, what the hell? You can't spank a kid. Where she was like really abusing and because what happened? She was in the train station or something, and after she had been beating her for like a full 3 minutes, one of the employees of the train station came over and was like, ma'am, if it please you, onegai shimasu, please, do you think that you could you're disturbing people. Like, there've got to be a lot of things. There really are. I've watched enough anime and read enough manga that there are a lot of cultural things that are just different. That if you're gonna consume media from Japan, you just have to accept that things are different, just by convention, things like that. How kids are treated, or how kids are supposed to treat adults, and lots of stuff. We went straight from the hyper intense, we're going to convict, an ambassador of murder, to Larry's flirting music. She's helping me in my investigation, and she's 8 years younger than you. Stop it. I'm Larry Potts! Silence in the peanut gallery. This is the end for that man there. Edgeworth knows. Edgeworth read the stream title. He knows it's the finale. I will finish the job. This really is the end game. The time has come to expose the only one of Mr. Alba's lies that is left, which is the Steel Samurai Sushi Spin / Hadouken. Who cares? Who cares? I remember the contents of the show as well myself. That's nice. That's nice. Cool story, Edgeworth. I wasn't planning to let him. Didn't you think the climactic scene of today's show was just totally awesome? Yes, I remember that well, and that spectacular special move. The way you delivered the final blow against the evil magistrate. Early summer rain jab. Oh, that scene will live on in my heart forever. That's the special attack that the Steel Samurai uses when he's using this Samurai Spear. If I hadn't watched the show, then how could I answer you with the name of the move? Could you please speak the name of the move again into this tape recorder?
Hold it.
And because I saw that brand new special move, I believe it confirms my alibi. How sad. The only way he's got to protect himself is that he watched the Steel Samurai. I guess this guy really has nothing else left. Okay, yes. But going back to what you said before. Going back to the thing that's going to put you in jail forever.
Objection!
The early summer rain jab. Is that your final answer? Ah, come on. Come on. That's not your line.
Objection!
You're not allowed to say that. Do you think you can trip me up by asking the same question over and over? Take a look at this. Bacana. There's the shrug and the head shake. We're about to use our special move. Unfortunately for you, tonight's Steel Samurai happened to be a goof of a young man with an abundance of useless hot-bloodedness. Professor Portal is here just in time to see me use my special move. There it is again. He's building up his power levels before he unleashes it. Said useless man bent the spear during rehearsal. It was the sushi slash. Because he couldn't use the spear, a last-minute change was made. Had you really been watching the show, you would have known that move, the move that was used. Kirkus Alba! You didn't watch even a single minute of the Steel Samurai stage show tonight, did you? So if he wasn't watching the show tonight, then he must be guilty of murder. So where were you during the show? I demand an answer now. Heh. I thought we had him. I thought we had him for sure. Just what is so funny? Sloppy. So are your conclusions. I just ran that the Final Fantasy XIV fight where you fight what's his name at the end of the very end of Heaven's Word, and I never got the meme at first because I play with Japanese voices on, but the English voice when he does the huge attack, or when he's powering up for the huge attack, he says sloppy, but he says it like that. Sloppy. I just did that dungeon the other night randomly, and the tank was brand new, and everybody else there was like, I haven't done this dungeon in a long time. And it was fun. It was fun to not speedrun a dungeon wall to wall. The old pee-pee excuse. You think that's gonna hold up in court? Argn! Just because he got the name of the move wrong. We can't use that as proof that he didn't watch the show. Gnrk. I was counting on this. I even threw away my skeleton arm with glue on it to make space in my inventory for the spear. Now I have nothing. For someone who wasn't even in his seat for the climax of the show, you would have peed your pants if you were a real Steel Samurai fan. Who was that? Was it Phoenix? Oh. It's just Larry. What are you doing interrupting? You may never accept this old man as a Steel Samurai fan, but I totally think he's a Steel Samaniac. Is that what we're trying for? Yeah, it's Japanifornia. We mash words together like that. I will never acknowledge you as the true Steel Samurai. This is kind of beside the point. The real Steel Samurai recognizes me as a fan. As well he should, for I am a fan. It's not as though I missed the entire show. It was a most amazing show, filled with the spirit of the young and the young at heart. Wooden nose? Does he have a wooden nose? Getting the name of the move wrong only proves that he didn't watch the last scene. What I really need here is something more definitive. What could be more definitive than a broken prop spear? I'm honored to receive such praise from the Steel Samurai. It's more like we only decided on the name of the move right before the start of the show. That's sloppy. About 5 minutes before the show, we threw it up on the dressing room's whiteboard. Early summer rain jab. That's... we just put a bunch of random words on a dartboard and threw 4 darts. No, I get that it's probably beautiful when you write it out in kanji. I'd already bent the spear, so the whole thing was kind of pointless. So basically, because we changed the move to the sushi slash, we kind of pretended that the early summer rain jab didn't exist at all. It'd be bad if someone found out we changed the move, so we made it a secret. A gag order was issued for publicity's sake. Most of the staff haven't even heard of the move. Hold those lips of yours still. What? Alright. Very tedious and pointless exercise in wasting time, much like playing video games or watching people play video games on the internet. How dare you? You've already noticed exactly what the very severe implications are in this man's testimony. It means you went backstage, I guess. Dun, 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 dun. You were the one who said it yourself. What are you driving at? I can only think of one way you could have known. I don't think he saw it, because the spear was already broken, and there wouldn't be it's not like they would perform it in secret while they were naming it. He didn't think it up, so he asked someone about it. Damn it. Damn it. Well... Don't you look at me with those dots. Oh, saw the name. Oh, they were ambiguous about the word "it" there. I thought they meant he saw the move. That's not fair. He saw it, the name. Okay, fine. Fine. Fine, I'll take that. I got all the way to the end and then made one mistake. The only mistake I've made in this game. Where is propagable to go, he 10 mistake count 1. The only other option left is that you saw it on the whiteboard. So he was in the waiting room. What's the big deal? I don't see what that means. It means that that was where he stole the cart. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, it even says dressing room on it. That can only mean it overflowed from the negatives? From the negatives through negative infinity and back up to positive infinity and then all the way down to 1? I agree. The pushcart awaited its turn to be pushed on stage. It was finally pushed there along with the Iron Infant in the last scene of the show. Then right after the show... Bum, ba, bum. Bum, 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 ba, da, dum. Oh, but wait. What if, and this is just a what if the murder didn't take place in the dressing room? What do you mean? Despite that, the killer still managed to move the body with the pushcart. Because of the setup of the theater's dressing room, that it would be the ideal location for the murder. Okay. Stop saying my full name. During the show, you went down to the dressing room, and I want to know why. Yes. Yes, I was there. I went into the dressing room. You got that? Arrest. Clip it with that. Nah. Yeah. What is there to explain? I believe I told you earlier that I went to the bathroom. Well, I got lost when I did. I wanted to ask for directions, but when I opened the dressing room door, no one was inside. And that's when I saw the name of the move on the whiteboard. You punk. Do you really think you can get away at this point? Isn't there anything you can do to stop him? I don't have enough evidence on hand to do anything. But if that's what I need, then perhaps it's time to Gyakten Saiban! Nope. No, okay, it's time to get help from Agent Lang. We may find new evidence there. Oh, they're not gonna let me. He's gonna say, nope, if you leave, I'm leaving right now. You'll have to bluff instead. Wolfie! How could you? Oh. Oh, alright. My magic hologram machine doesn't work without refilling it with pixie dust. Is this the end? The murder took place in this theater, which is not protected under extraterritorial rights, and the fact that it was Mr. Alva himself who committed the murder. If I can't prove both statements to be true, he walks away a free man. Is there no other course of action left to us? We could channel a spirit. You don't knock it till you try it. Your hand of cards has turned out to be a bust. Now, if you will excuse me, for realsies this time. Who is it this time? Alright. Oh my gosh, is it the hot dogs? First Larry and now you. Don't treat me like I'm some sort of nuisance. Can I just screen cap this real quick? It looks like it says Old Bag Studios just because of how that lines up. They could have. Why even have this flower thing in the shot? Get it out of here. Unless it's a clue. Is this a puzzle? It might be a puzzle. Do. The sad, depressing, lonely dust that I'm about to cry in. What? He went into the dressing room because his alibi was so salad. That's actually pretty funny. That's good. I like that, sir. Cheer up. I'm about to give you the most wonderful thing. A hot dog. So special I couldn't give it to anyone. Are you ready? Damn right. It's a box of those samurai dogs. That's a lot of dots. Oh, he's through here. Why did everyone get so quiet all of a sudden? Made sure you were nice and full one day. It's my dream to serve you some of my own homemade food. I mean, isn't it the desire of every woman to make sure that their beloved never goes hungry? And that's what I wanted to experience. I'll tell you, though, a long time ago, they used to say, moves to mention feeling any grain here. I was out of the kitchen. Can't you do anything about her? I will present her evidence in order to convict him of murder. Whoa! Whoa! Unacceptable. Even this box of samurai dogs played me for a fool. I opened it up and there was video evidence of Mr. Alba stabbing the other guy. Japanese flag. Is that a puzzle? With a Hino? That's not what she said. But that is what it. Okay, Hino, like he like saw. Oh, ha! Is that what they call it? Hinomaru. He means sun, and Maru means round or circle. Huh? I've never heard of that. Today I learned. The red rising sun on this fan is filled in. Could it be? Is it like a drop of blood? What is it? There is no such thing as a rising sun dog. What? Boxes of samurai dogs were sitting in the push cart. I'm confused. Is that what it's actually going to be? That a drop of blood fell directly onto the fan and looks exactly like the rising sun flag? This game has reached a new level. Oh yeah, the key that she has in her hair. It's very cute. These two. I mean, they're all connected. Okay. The killer used the pushcart to transport the body, which means that they had to remove the samurai dogs first. Piled up on the dressing room floor were most likely taken out of the pushcart by the killer. But which two do I connect now? That which should not exist, this box of samurai dogs with a Hinomaru on it. If this red rising sun was filled in when the killer was busy removing the dogs from the pushcart, then it's proof that the murder took place in the dressing room. As long as this red substance turns out to be what I believe it to be... I thank you. What you have given to me is truly something very, very silly. There is a drop of blood on this hot dog box. Ergo, it stands to reason that you murdered someone. You believe you've erased every piece of evidence that could incriminate you, except for the flowers and the ropeway and the ceiling fan and the everything. One piece that will put you away for good. Ha! You're bluffing! Sounds like you've finally found them. You've finally found the fangs we need to go after this guy's jugular. What about that box of samurai dogs is going to put the old man away? The trace evidence that will bring him down? Why, it's here, of course! There's a stepladder on the back. You can even see this blood. It's clearly drawn on there. Whatever. One spot in particular on this box that seems off. What exactly is it? Oh. Part's the same as the rest of the boxes, but there is one part in particular. We're in the alternate universe where Berenstain, like the Berenstain Bears, is actually spelled exactly like samurai. It's very, very weird. Okay, here we go. This box of samurai dogs has a rising sun fan on it, a Hinomaru. Should never have existed. There are no samurais in Japan. All top knots look like penis. I'm just letting you know that. This is a single drop of blood. What? Blood, you say? He's like, it's 2:30 in the morning. We're not analyzing this tonight. Get this down to the lab. Pronto. I didn't steal, I received it from myself. Kirkus Alba. This was a fatal oversight on your part. For not knowing that the Japanese flag doesn't appear on samurai dogs. Ooh, he's about to rain on our love fest. I don't know if I can show that on stream. Even if that blood turns out to belong to Mr. Kochan, then what? The sole piece of evidence that was left at the scene of the crime. That alone has shed light on a new fact. Proof that the murder occurred in the dressing room. And... You say that well, you mean something. Oh, Mr. Forensics is here. Mr. Jonathan Forensics. The red substance is blood.
Objection.
Humor my question. Your question. Doesn't prove that I'm the killer. That's... He has a very good point. I was acting like I was hot shit because I found a drop of blood on a hot dog box, but really that doesn't mean anything. This evidence, it's meaningless. Throwing out every dot in the book. Every dot in the dot manual. Can't think of a single thing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. Hold it! This time it's Phoenix Wright. Who was that? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Meekins? What? Oh. He said me like that. I thought it was Mike Meekins from the third case. The blood I mentioned. It's not the victim's blood. It's blood from what's his name. He wasn't stabbed by Person the Second. He wasn't stabbed by Damask the Second. He was stabbed by the victim. The first victim. It's blood, pal. All blood is created from murder. That would be extremely unhygienic. Gnrk! I guess that's possible. Wasting our time on a red herring. Kurkisawa, you bastard! Silence. Don't you ever address me with such a filthy word again. I've wasted enough time here. Now, let me through! Doesn't matter where you run off to, you'll never escape me. Someday I'll have the satisfaction of sinking my fangs into you. You'll see. Alright. The whinings of a pathetic loser of a mutt. Aroo! No, he's doing it all wrong. If you're a badass, you gotta make an ocelot noise. Wow. No. Yes. What would that man do? Or is he gonna flash on the screen? Is he going to momentarily possess us? What would he who can gyakten any desperate situation around do? He would gyakten. That's it! I must turn my way of thinking around. It's not whose blood is this. It's whose blood could get onto the box like this. Man, I wish... They should have just put it here, right? Just right in kanji. Like, don't even translate it. Don't even try. At some point, I have to find, I know I'm following him on Twitch, but I never tune into his stuff. Clyde Mandolin, the, Legends of Localization guy, he does a lot of, like, side-by-side translations of things, where he'll play through a game, and he somehow finagles it so that he has the Japanese and English text on the screen together, and makes comments about, you know, not like whether the translation is accurate or not, but when there's like a concept where he's like, no, they didn't say that at all, they just made that up, or here's something that they just kind of made into a generic insult instead of being this clever thing. Something to flip, yeah, something flip the chessboard that Battler is always saying. I am interested to see what is going to happen in the second time through of that, because different people are going to die, I'm assuming. So different people are going to have, like, a chance to say what they think is going on. Alright, if the blood got into the box when the body was being pushed into the pushcart, then the owner of said blood must have been in the dressing room at the time. Because of you meddling kids and your dog that I was removed from center stage. I'll be forced to live out the rest of my life in the shadows. It's not a total loss, as the underworld will allow me more freedom than you'll ever know.
Objection!
Powerless, is it? I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. What do you mean? Allow me to describe you in one word. Pitiful. Kirkus Alba, your wings were clipped long ago. Okay. Mere words. We had already caught him in our trap a while back. Okay. Care to speak in Japanese? We are living in Japanifornia. What piece of evidence? The piece I speak of is, of course, this drop of blood. But we know that it's not from the victim. I don't see how that remains relevant to the case at all. Looking a little pale. Pull out the metal detector, boys. He's still got the bullet in his shoulder. The irrefutable proof that will stop the killer in his tracks. The blood that soiled this box of samurai dogs belongs to this person.
Take that!
The blood of the rising sun on this box belongs to you, Kirkus Alba. What? Leon? Yes. I tried to pick Leon. There was some kind of a bug where he wasn't showing up on the character list, so I had to go with, you know, the second most likely person. I've been watching Cat Peach GG playing through Danganronpa 1, and she hated Leon so much. She was so happy when he died. And it's funny because she's like, she was trying to explain, she's like, oh, he's just such a douchebag with these piercings. And I'm like, really? Piercings? And she has like a very, very visible, what do you call that? In the middle of the nose. What do you call that type of piercing? I can't think of what you call that type of piercing, but, you know, most people don't have it. and she did. But she was like, you know, it kind of makes sense. Like, she's like, I thought that type of guy was so cool 10 years ago. And I, to some extent, was that type of person. So maybe my loathing for Leon is self-loathing. But it's so funny. She has fully embraced hating Leon. Yeah, but it's not like a nose. I mean, it's called a nose ring, but it's not like a full ring. But I'm trying to remember, what is that called when you get the middle of your nose pierced? Labrum? Or no, that's a tongue piercing. Or lips. That's lip? Septum? It might be septum. I don't know. Ugly. Yeah, I don't particularly care for most piercings, and especially weird ones. But, you know, you do you. If the blood doesn't belong to the victim, there's only one other person it could belong to, and that person is the murderer himself. Those are the only two people who have blood in our universe. What if, during the murder, Mr. Cochin fought back? I'm not firing any shots. Ba-dum-bum-bum. You bear on your body a great wound. It's like, it's not that great. But is that what really happened? You can manufacture a weapon by smearing blood on it, so I just can't accept that as fact. See if the shape of your wound matches the scissors. You really are something else, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't let a single thing slip you by, no matter how insignificant the possibility. It's almost as though you have a list of things and know that each thing will be used once in order to prove a murder. You truly are a one-of-a-kind criminal. I am the master of my fear. To think that a person such as you could miss such a large thing. It's simply not possible. My wound is a stab wound. And one that could only have come from a blade. I wonder where you will propose that such a weapon came from. Impossible for anyone to come into this area with a weapon other than the one that he sneaked in the flowers? Oh, the key! Ha! He had the key. With pleasure. Wait, what? This piece of evidence shows how he brought a weapon into the theater. Boom. Boom, daze. This piece is known as the Yatagarasu's key. That key. No, what's key? Kagi? Yeah, Kagi. Ano Kagi. That's the key my father stole from here 7 years ago. And it is very unique, and it is both a key and a knife, meaning that under the guise of a key it could have easily been brought into the theater. Yeah, Kagi. There's a Flash game called Kagi no Chitobira that I like. Key and then door. It's cute. It's a little puzzle game. Wiped off the blood, put it back in his pocket. After all, the key itself opens the safe in his office. All that hard work to save yourself only served to destroy you in the end. Shall we try matching this knife's blade with your wound, Mr. Kirkus Alba, if that is your real name? And that is what some may call the coup de grace. I know that's not how you say it. Bakana! Omayo Tosanai! Swine, all of you. Especially Manny Kochin. This is all because of that man's betrayal. He sought to steal control of the smuggling ring from me by removing me as the ambassador. Which is why he deserved to die while bearing the guilt for all of my crimes for me. That's why I sent out the Yatagarasu's card, and how this incident was born. Manny was supposed to be the smuggling ring's leader who was killed by the Yatagarasu. But I had yet another reason, yet another story that was supposed to play out. Manny's death was supposed to bring everything to a close, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling prosecutors. Come on, we're trying to have a moment here. I don't need Scooby-Doo villains. I'm afraid there is one more question I forgot to ask. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. This country's, or Alabast's, which country's court would you like to face first? Either way. Edgeworth. It's not my name. Ooh. Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. This is it, the big day. It's Mr. Alba's trial today, and he's being defended by Phoenix Wright. Guaranteeing that he will be found not guilty. Wouldn't that be a perfect ending? He's scheduled to stand trial on his own. Alright. Franziska is heading that one. I suspect she'll be serving a full course of whiplashes at it. I don't even want to think what that would be like. I caught a glimpse of Mr. Alba as he was being escorted. And boy, he looked about as glum as I do the day before I get my paycheck. You know, I've been thinking. That flight attendant and even Mr. Porthman were all Mr. Alba's secret agents. The what was her name? Cammy? Cammy Meal? Was she? She was part of his... Oh, that was why, yeah, that was why she killed the guy, I guess. Cammy Meal was to provide support during smuggling ops using her job as an attendant. And Mr. Portsman was to manipulate trials related to the ring. Oorg! I Fly Airlines and even the prosecutor's office. No one was safe from the smuggling ring, huh, sir? Even more members of the ring around the world. Sounds like such a big op that I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. What is it, detective? Come to think of it, Mr. Ernest Mano's trial is also scheduled for later today, sir. I'm aware of that. Been working with the smuggling ring for over 10 years. I'm glad he didn't get away with it. Because, yeah, we found out that he was a big jerk. All that is coming to the end as his conglomerate is under harsh scrutiny. Yeah, it's too bad they didn't name it. Although, the localization would have found a silly name for it. Well, they didn't change the name of Yatagarasu, which doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. With the arrest of those two, I guess that about wraps up the KG8 incident as well, huh? I suppose so. The real killer was Manny Cochin. 7 years ago, the killer in the second KG8 incident was Mac Rell. Those two facts are the unshakable truth, however. It seems a lot of effort was put into hiding these and other truths from us. And we'll expose it all at the trials today. Solving cases left and right like gangbusters today, aren't you, sir? CCU and Dead Man. Perhaps now these two brave souls who tried to make the... Wait, rest in peace... Oh, wait. Oh, no, I'm getting him mixed up with Bad. They had Man and Bad, and both of them had 4-letter names with an extraneous double letter. That throws me off. Easily mistakable. Here, have some shrimp and beef. I don't think I want them anymore. Coupons. Its economy has changed. Oh, well, good for him. Good for him. Dagazanen deshita. Even though every item he sent is a treasure, you don't seem all that interested. Well, if you don't want them, I can give them to my lovely assistant, Kay. Where is Kay? You were not there a moment ago. Oh, I was gonna say, why did it say question mark, question mark, question mark? It was because it was her. Lang Shi says, ferocious love blooms with each new spring. Oh. What's up? I love how the moral of this story is you can absolutely find out if someone is guilty or not before it comes to court. Whereas the moral of the Phoenix Wright games is no matter how guilty someone looks, they are always innocent when you finally get to court. Like, we tried super hard to make sure that this guy was guilty before the court case started. And that really is the exact opposite of how Phoenix Wright works. It's, yes, the people investigate before the court case, find out that he's guilty, and then you prove him not guilty in court. And it's never like, oh, well, he seems like the killer, so he's on trial. It's no, he signed a confession, we found his blood on the thing, his fingerprints are all over the murder weapon, there was an eyewitness, there was another eyewitness, they recorded it, it happened in a locked closet that he has the only key to. Shared victory, huh? Okay. Okay. About time for the trial to start. I'll see you later. Poking fun at the fact that people throw confetti at the end of court cases in this universe. The scene shifts to the courtroom, and the final act of this long tale begins. The legend of the great thief Yatagarasu. It's the story of those who chose to dedicate their lives to a pursuit of the truth. Prosecutors are those who seek a guilty verdict for the defendants they meet, and to that end you have no choice but to win by any means necessary. That creed was forced on me since I was very young. However, I no longer think that is all we prosecutors are, and that is because... you're on the wrong side. Oh, no, he's not. Even though I've only been away from the courtroom for a short time, I feel as though it's been a lifetime since I've set foot in one. And today, more than any other day, I feel the fight rising within me. I'm really in Mr. Edgeworth's debt for the other day. Thanks to him, I'm still free to serve in the friendly blue skies. Oh, so about my ugly suitcases. I've been selling them on the internet, and they've become a real sensation because there is no accounting for taste. The praise the art world has lavished on me is being truly postmodern. Yeah, their postmodern suitcases are a hit. Oh, jeez. Ugh. That rudeness of a rude man. Because of him, my time and money is wasted. But more importantly, I received a more fantastic trophy. The Prima Deck statue of Principality of Codopia. How did you get it? Oh. Okay. He sold the fake. That's not very nice. So overall, compared to, I'd mentioned a couple times, compared to the other Phoenix Wright games, I didn't like this one quite as much, although the last case wound up being strong. Much stronger than the others. It was still silly, as, you know, as you get close to the end. I wonder, like... Danganronpa did a good job of breaking up the formula, right? That even each time you got used to the idea of what a case was going to be like, they would manage to find a way to twist it. Even in the first game, right? Long? Yeah, it was hard to tell if it was longer than the other games, because the other games, I guess I shouldn't be skipping the... I should probably be reading the, Ruffles, man. Oh, like, you know, ruffles on the collar. The cravat. It was hard to tell if it was longer or not, because the other games are very explicitly cut up into investigation, trial, right? 4 parts, almost always. Or actually, investigation... trial, each day of the trials usually has a checkpoint in there, I think. Oh, case 5 was much longer than the others. Yes, that is true for sure. 5 I kept thinking that I was going to be done with. It turned out that it never ended. It's still not going to end. Post-credits... Post-credits, we'll have something else that we have to do. I was let off easy. Wait, are we talking to her and the guy is still there? Alright, so we're not actually in the theme park talking to her. This is just a weird epilogue thing. Lauren Plebs. was kind of interrupting what I started to say. Jeez. Calm down. The bit with the judge was actually probably my favorite part of the game. It was fun to finally see him like out from behind the thing, being a real character, and getting cross-examined. Perhaps I should team up with a bailiff and try to become a lawyer or something. But yeah, Danganronpa, even, that was what I was starting to mention. Even the second case, like, the first case, it's pretty obvious who did it for most of the, you know... It makes it very easy and, like, really straightforward. There aren't really any other suspects, kind of. Like, even if you miss the Leon clue, all of the explanations that are false are obviously false, and you get them out of the way. And you pretty quickly, like, it's not that complex. You get to case 2, and they go, it's supposed to look like Genocide Jack did it, but really Byakuya did it. And you can get fooled. You can go through and think that's what's... It's just like case 1, I'm smart, I figured it all out. And then they go, no, that's the twist. That's the red herring. There are very convincing red herrings in the game. And then you keep going with the, like, oh, okay, so now I'm on the lookout for convincing red herrings. And, you know, and they keep throwing in twists, like the case 5 and all kinds of things. I don't know that ever really happens in Phoenix Wright. Like, they are simpler games. And I feel like most of the difficulty that I have is just with them going, like, this is a stretch. The idea that you're gonna... Alright, what's Larry got? I can't believe Mindy ditched me and went to Japan. It's okay, because that's how I met Miharu. Planning to go to Paris soon and start a business. We're going to sell Blue Ocean dogs. We'll sell like hotcake hot dogs for sure. A blue hot dog and a blue bun, and I guarantee it will turn your tongue and your face blue. Nothing about this is a good idea. Haven't seen the guy in the blue suit at all recently. Well, next time we meet, I'm gonna make him eat one of my dogs. So once the credits are done rolling, we'll switch over to a little bit of League of Legends for the rest of the night. And oh, geez. Are we gonna get an epilogue interview from her? Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna have something to say, like, while she's holding the gun on Kay. It's not a good idea. When did I become so old? I'm thinking of retiring my mirror. So other than League, the other thing we'll be doing is Quantum Break. I'm not going to be playing it tomorrow. I got a letter from my beloved Edgeworth. Please take care of your hip when you wish to speak. First take off your headpiece. What does he mean by that last statement? I've been an alien and then some creepy pink animal, and then I was a princess. But ever since I was young, man, I spent this style and hat on my head and wearing my costume. It always seems like a terrible idea. At some point, well, I don't know if I'll play the other Miles Edgeworth game if it's available, or if I just want to play Dual Destinies instead. Here comes Nick Fury to invite us to the Avengers. As always, except when you fight against Phoenix Wright, your legal prowess was top-notch, sir. Ten times fiercer in court. Based on the information Mr. Elbow offered up, they'd begun large-scale operations to clean up the rest of the ring, which I'm happy to leave to Franziska and Agent Lang. So what are your plans now, Kay? Oh, well, we've taken care of the creep who killed my father, so I'm not sure. He'll just keep on being Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Times zero. I can't steal something so important to you, Gummy. What a relief. Even after all that's happened, are you still planning to become a great thief? Of course. I don't want to tarnish the legend of the noble Yatagarasu, so I'm going to hold off on doing anything until I can make a tight 3-person team of my own. There's already 3 of us. Oh. No, well. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, the only things I'll ever steal are the truths that have been hidden away. The real Yatagarasu was the people we met along the way. I see. Yeah, that would work out exactly right, wouldn't it? We should have break the lock on the window and sneak in. If you could, I'd appreciate it if you came in through the front door. Thank you. Oh, we're doing the group picture at the end. Every big case has to end with one. Screw you. Ack! Stop that! Whoa! 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 And thus, the long tale of the KG-8 incident came to a close. It saw the demise of a smuggling ring and the birth of a little great thief. But there is little time to rest and relax, for I am eager to tackle the investigation into a new case. The reason for my eagerness is my want to pursue the truth and my want to believe in the strength of those who use the power of the law for good. As someone who's chosen to live my life as a prosecutor, that is my new creed. Stop pawing at my cravat. Unhand me, you oaf. The end. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. It did take a long time. I've been playing this for a while now. Can you believe? Alright, so I'm editing and uploading videos to YouTube. I beat the Talos Principle over 2 months ago. Like, that's how little I streamed since then. That feels like I just got done playing that game, but no, that was 2 months ago.